everyone, welcome back to Danielle's Decor. Well, today we are going to work on this little wreath right here. As most of you know, I've been having problems trying to find the wreath that I was really wanting. I wanted to find something that just said, this is it. Well, I didn't. What I was looking for was kind of a forsythia wreath, but I wanted it to kind of have like the spray and where the forsythia kind of went straight out all the way around. Kind of the wicker, I guess, more, not really wicker. You guys know what I mean though, with like the little pieces that kind of stick up all the way around it. Well, Big Lots had some, and I went over there the other day and was looking at them, but you could see like the glue all on them, and I didn't like the look of them. So I've been looking around, didn't really see anything that I wanted. So I went over to Hobby Lobby and I just picked up 2 of these green solid wreaths like this. They were $20 and half off, so $10. I bought 2 of them, great price. And what I did was on the back of this window, right up here on this little part, but on the back, I took these little command hooks like this, right? And when I attached them like this on the back, so that when I hung my wreath, I could run my ribbon up and over and hook it on here like that, and hook my ribbon through there, and it would lay over top of the window and then come down. So that's how I ended up doing that, this up here. And basically I just took my ribbon and I measured each one so that they hung at the same length. And then I tied them into a little knot, pulled the tails over, and just kind of dovetailed the ends. I did try it without the tails showing, and it just didn't, it needed a little something more kind of up there at the top. So that's why I went ahead and did that. And I think it's cute. I kind of like the look. It's a little bit different. I love this yellow and white ribbon. It just feels clean and fresh and spring. I decided that I was going to take just a little bit of forsythia and kind of fill in on the greenery wreath just to give it a little bit more yellow when you kind of stand back. And if you look down over here at that one, I've kind of did that one already. So let me go ahead and show you how I did that one, and we'll do this one up the same way. I have one of these like this, and this is just a little pick. I've already kind of popped a couple of them off. You can get these at Hobby Lobby. I think this one came from Trees and Trends. But basically, I'm just gonna cut my pieces off. And I think on the other one, I used 3, but we'll just start with 2 for right now and then kind of fill in. So I have this one. This one's a little bit longer, but basically I'm just gonna kind of give it a little bit of a curve to it like that. And I'm gonna start up here behind this ribbon, and I'm gonna slip this in. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. And I'm gonna slip that in, and I'm gonna pull this down in here, but I wanna take some of my greenery pieces and kind of pull around this right here so that it kind of holds that little branch in, and it kind of hides some of the brown on it. So there's that half. We'll take our other one, and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to start on the other side, which this one's a little bit shorter, but it'll be okay. So we're going to slip this one in over here, and I'm going to kind of just wedge that in, and I'm going to pull this greenery out and around these branches just to kind of help it hold in a little bit better and help it blend a little bit better. Okay, now I just have this little spot right here, right in there, so I'm going to take one more. I'll probably take a shorter one. We'll cut that one off, and I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of a curve to it so that it follows the shape of my wreath. And I'm going to come in underneath of this one right here, and I'm going to pull that one down. Now when you kind of step back and you look at it, there's a lot of yellow going on in this little area right here, and I'm kind of sparse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one, oops, and pop that right off the end. so that it's not hanging down. And then I'm gonna take just one more of these, and I'm just gonna kind of fill in where I think it needs just a tiny bit more yellow flower, just to make it look like it kind of flows all the way around. So, which one did I still have off of this one? So I'm just taking these little pieces like this and popping them off, and then we'll just kind of stick them in here and there, just to make it look kind of like it's going all the way through there, and a little bit fuller. And then later on, if I decide I want to change that out, I can always just pull the yellow flowers back out, and I can put whatever I want into it. Maybe add some pinks or some lavenders, more towards Easter, or some cute patriotic pip berries for 4th of July. That would be cute too. So you can always change up your ribbons. And I can't get this little thing to sit in there the way I want it. Get in there. I need one more, and I think that will do it. Just like that. No, it looks a little kind of crazy, a little wonky. Maybe we'll do one more right in here where all this green is. And I'll keep my stem that I popped all that off of. I'll keep this, and then when I take it off, I can always put them back on and use this someplace else. I did notice I'm really bad about cutting my little floral bunches apart, because it seems like every one that I buy, I have little bits and pieces here and there, and I just kind of cut it apart and stuff it. So I typically don't keep them all together on one thing. I usually cut them all apart, but I think that's all I'm going to do on that one. It needs to be a little bit kind of sticking out right there. And that's it. Super simple, super easy, and I love it. Now, I did work, you know, on this little dresser that sits right here and this little speaker that sits over here. And I'm not really sure if I like exactly how it is. I might switch it up a little bit later on. But I'll go ahead and I'll take you guys down, and I'll give you guys an up close look at what I did and how I did it. So I'll be right back. Well, here is kind of what it looks like standing back. You can kind of see me in the TV. What it looks like standing back in the middle of the living room, or I'm kind of back where our couch and our chair sits. But let's come on over here. And down here is my little blue bunny that I found the other day. And then I just put one of those little white birds from Target inside this little bird cage. And I took one of those little napkin rings like that and just kind of put that around him. It gives it just a little bit of floral in there. Sorry, I'm moving my camera everywhere. So just enough to kind of give it a little bit of interest like that. Oh, and I got him turned like he's kind of looking at my bunny, and my bunny's peeking into the cage. I just think that's cute. And then that's one of those little pots from Hobby Lobby. And I took one of those little fern things, just kind of bent the end, dropped it down in there, just to give it a little bit of greenery. And then here's my wreath, like that. I love that ribbon. It just looks spring. You know, it just kind of shouts to you. I just think that looks really pretty with just little pops of yellow in it. And then over here, this is what I mean. I cut my little forsythia pieces apart. And this is actually just two little pieces kind of laid. One going this way and then one going this way with my little bluebirds. And then I have just another little tiny piece sitting right there. Oh, no, there's two pieces. Just kind of sitting right there. Stop messing with stuff. I'm making a mess here. So, my other little bluebird. And these are my boys, and this was Easter last year. So, would y'all believe This one right here is my youngest son. He will be 17 this year. This is my oldest, and he is going to be 19 this weekend. Oh my goodness, his last year as a teenager, and then he'll be in his 20s. Makes this mama want to cry. My babies are growing up. That's hard when your kids grow up and run off and they want to be adults. There's me and my husband. That's Easter last year. And then this one right here, this is one of my favorite pictures. This is my youngest son, probably about 3 years ago. And this is actually at the side of our yard. Our neighbor has an old barn and a field over there. And my son's leaning up against like the barbed wire fence that kind of goes around our side yard. But the wildflowers had started to come in the spring. And it was just beautiful. So I went out there and made him sit in front of the fence so I could get a picture of him. So yes, I took that picture. And over here, this is my little bird that was broke. And as you can see, I need to kind of touch him up a little bit because you can kind of see where he was cracked at still. But he is fixed. My husband did kind of, you know, put him back together for me. So, and I have just another little piece of forsythia. And then I have these two little blue candlesticks like that. This one's sitting in there a little bit crooked. But these were from Trees and Trends, I think. Yeah, Trees and Trends from last year. I did not pay that much for them. They were actually on clearance when I bought them, and I think I paid like $5 each for them. So, and then over here is my other little wreath like that. I'm really liking how these turned out. For as much trouble as I had with these wreaths, I really enjoy how they look, and just the, you know, the kind of pops of yellow up here. But I did have somebody ask me about this, so I was going to go ahead and show it. This is a birdhouse that a friend of my husband's had made. And he uses old things and repurposes them and makes different little things. And he had made this, and I fell in love with it. And so my husband got it for me for my birthday from him. And it's old barnwood, and there's an old glass door handle on there. And then he used a lot of the old vintage tile. And then up here is just an old wrought iron piece. So it kind of looks like a church. But that usually stays out here in the living room, except for at Christmas, and I have to put it away because the tree goes over there in the corner. But so that is that area of the living room. Finally got all that done. Oh. And like I said, I'm not loving exactly some of the things on this little dresser right here, but it'll work for now. After Valentine's, I'll probably start switching everything out and putting more of the Easter and bunnies and Easter eggs and things like that out here. But I will probably keep my yellow up for a little while. Love it. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till next time, I appreciate all you guys and all your wonderful sweet words. Thanks for watching. Bye.